Welcome students, welcome to Physics Learning Point. In this video, we will discuss the problem of myopia and its correction and the focal length of the lens which is used to correct the problem myopia. The myopia also said to be nearsightedness. Then what is myopia? The person who can see the nearer objects but he cannot see the distant objects. This is the problem of myopia. The person who has the problem of myopia can see only the closed objects to his eye, but he can't see the farer object, distant objects. Then what may be the reason for this problem? We know that the maximum focal length of eye lens is 2.5 centimeters. But the person who is facing this myopia, the problem of myopia, the maximum focal length of his eye lens is less than 2.5 centimeters. So due to this reason, due to having maximum focal length less than 2.5 centimeters, that person is getting the problem of myopia. So he can see only up to a certain distance from his eye, and after that the light rays which are coming from long distance, that light rays after refraction by the eye lens, these all light rays are forms the image just before his retina, because his maximum focal length is less than 2.5 centimeters. Okay, the person who is facing the problem of myopia, if he observe a distant objects, the light rays coming from that objects getting refracted by that eye lens, and after refraction these light rays are forming images just before the retina. So due to this he can't see the object clearly. The image of that object appears blurred. For example, let us take, this is the eye, this is eye lens, say this is the principal axis. So if the person observing the object which is at distance, generally the object, if it is at long distance, the light rays coming from that is parallel to each other. These are the light rays. So here we know that the distance between the retina and that eye lens is 2.5 centimeters. But the person who has the problem of myopia, his maximum focal length is less than 2.5 centimeters. So after refraction, these light rays are converged just before the retina. Here the image is formed. So if the image is formed on the retina, we can see that image clearly. But here the image is formed just before the retina. That's why this image is blurred. He can't see clearly. And also the healthy person can see the object from 25 centimeters to all the distances, from least distance of distinct visions to infinite distance. But the person who is having this problem, he can see the objects clearly up to a certain distance from eye lens. So let us say this is the least distance of distinct vision, and let us say the extreme point that person can see from his eye who is facing the problem of myopia, who has the problem of myopia, that extreme point M, up to point M he can see the objects clearly. If the object is outside M, can he see? No, the image is formed just before the retina. Then this point is said to be, this point M is said to be this extreme point up to where the person can see. This extreme point is said to be far point. Beyond this far point, the person can see that image? No, he can't observe the image of that object. So then how we correct this problem? To correct this, first we have to do that. We have to bring the image of the object beyond this extreme far point, the object outside M onto M or in between to L and M. So if you bring the image of that object onto M or in between L and M, then that image acts like a object for this concave lens. Then it forms image on the retina. Then which lens is used to correct this? So here, to correct the myopia, we use biconcave lens. So how this biconcave lens corrects the myopia? Let's discuss. So here I am taking a biconcave lens which we are using to correct the problem of myopia. So for example, here we have to bring the image of the object at infinite distance onto M, at least onto M. Okay, we can bring in between to L or M. Okay, in this place, this all between this place, if the object is present, then our eye lens can form clear image. So then the image of that object at least we have to bring onto this far point. So let us say if the object is at infinite distance, then the light rays which are coming from infinite distance, these light rays are parallel to each other. So these light rays passes straightly if there is no biconcave lens is used. These light rays straightly moves and refracted by this eye lens and forms the image just before the retina. Then that image of that object appears unclear. So but if you keep the biconcave lens in the path of the parallel light rays, then what happening? We know that the concave lens diverges the light rays. So here the first light ray slightly diverged by the concave lens and the second light ray diverged. Then the light ray which is passing from optical center without deviation, it passes forward. So then here this is the original path of the light ray, this light ray, if there is no concave lens. But whenever we keep the concave lens in this path, then this light ray slightly diverged. Then our eye lens feels that the object is here, and here also this light ray also our eye lens feels that the light ray is coming from here. Then in this way this is the image formed by the virtual image formed by the concave lens of the object at infinite distance. This is the image, virtual image formed by that, and this image which is in between L and M acts like an object for our eye lens. Then we know that the object in between that L and the far point M, then these light rays refracted and forms the image on the retina. In this way we correct the myopia. So biconcave lens or double concave lens is used to correct the myopia. Then what is the focal length of this biconcave lens? So let us calculate the focal length of the concave lens which is used to correct the myopia. So here one thing we have to remember, the object is outside M or at infinite distance. That image of that object at least we have to bring onto the extreme point, this far point M we have to bring at least here, then up to here our eye lens forms image clearly, or in between to L and M, but at least onto M. So if the object is at infinite distance and we are forming the image of that object by this concave lens on M, on far point, let's say the distance of far point from the lens is D, capital D. So the object is at infinite distance, so the distance of the object is infinite and it is taken as negative value. So we are measuring opposite to incident light ray. And distance of image, so the image is formed here of this object, so the image is D, the distance of the image is D. So this is also negative value because we are calculating opposite to incident light ray measuring. Then from the formula of lens 1 by V minus 1 by U, and substituting the values, the focal length of the concave lens 1 by F equal to, here we have to apply already applied sign convention, 1 by V is nothing but minus D, and distance of object is minus of minus plus then 1 by infinite. So simplifying this, 1 by F, so something is divided with infinite, it's 0, so 1 by minus D. So the focal length of the concave lens which is used to cure the myopia is equal to minus D. Minus D is nothing but the distance of far point, extreme point that eye lens can see. So focal length of the concave lens which is used to cure or correct the myopia is equal to the distance of the far point from eye lens. So this is the focal length of eye lens. So here this minus symbol indicates for the focal length, then the lens is concave lens. So always the focal length of the concave lens is negative. So because we know that this is the surface of the concave lens, so if the light ray is coming on, incidenting on that, then the light ray is moving in the direction, this surface has the focal length opposite to incident light ray, opposite to the direction of incident. In this direction we will measure. That's why always concave lens has its focal length negative value. Similarly, convex lens has its focal length positive, because let us say this is the concave lens, if the light ray is incidenting on this, so this is the surface where the light ray incident and it has its focal length opposite side. Okay, so that's why that measurement of this focal length is measured in the direction of lens. So the focal length of the convex lens is always positive value. This is about myopia and correction of myopia. In next class we will discuss the hypermetropia, correction of hypermetropia. Thank you.